No, no, don't cry now. Don't cry now. Sit your ass down. Listen to this.
I'll tell y'all what the real problem is. The problem is that when you are emotionally over the top. This is not a post for Christians. This is not a post for Muslims, Pentecostal. This ain't for no church going folks. Cause I'm about to say some shit that might piss somebody off. I'm so tired of these parents out here talking to their children like they somebody in the club that's trying to get their number and they annoyed. Motherfucker, go sit your punk ass down. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, like, why are you talking to your kids like they stepchildren? Like they bastards? That shit is annoying, man. Listen, I just seen a lady in Walmart and she's talking to her children like they shouldn't be alive. Like, she don't care if they live or not. And then my whole thing about it is, ladies and gentlemen, if you want your children to grow up and be able to communicate with people, have a certain level of communication skills, you can't just be talking to your kids any type of way. But the issue is a lot of y'all got bad attitudes. And to me personally, I stopped dealing with people with bad attitudes. Like, I stay away from them because it's unattractive and it's unnecessary. But a lot of you guys, you push that narrative onto your kids and you think that you want to know why they can't keep relationships, why they can't keep a good job, right? Why they can't talk to people, because you wanted them to be little yous. You wanted them to be little yous. Oh, it's so funny that my child has a bad attitude. Isn't it funny? Isn't it cute that they act just like me? Dude, let me tell you something. Didn't we just have a young man die who's 20 years old? Go ahead and let them keep on promoting that bad attitude and see what happens. Watch what happens when it's somebody that comes across them that don't like people with bad attitudes, that won't let them talk to them any type of way. And you guys right now are the culprits. We always talk about police brutality and what police are doing and that, but we never listen. It starts with the motherfucking parents. It starts with your ass. You are the root and the cause to a lot of problems that are happening. And I ain't just talking about the black community. So nix that bullshit. I'm talking about parents in general, not saying, okay, well, I'm mad at the mom's mad at the dad, so the mom's gonna keep the dad away from the child. The dad mad at the mom, so the mom's gonna, the dad's gonna keep the mom away from the child. It's so much separation. It's so much bullshit based on what? Ego, attitude, nonsense, bullshit. And you pump and you push that shit into your kids and you expect them to be productive citizens. You expect them to grow up and have positive relationships. You expect them to goddamn be entrepreneurs and think outside the box. And they can't hold a conversation without cursing somebody out, without rolling their eyes, without being emotionally distorted. Let me talk about it. A lot of you guys think because you grew up in an environment where it was an emotional roller coaster. It was somebody cursing you out. It was somebody putting their hands on you. It was somebody doing all of these things that anybody else that is reasonable and have a certain level of common sense would say, bruh, this shit is toxic. This shit is unnecessary. This shit is unproductive. However, a lot of you guys are on emotional roller coasters on a daily basis, and you see these men and women that it's just like they want everybody to ride that wave because they're emotionally unavailable. They're emotionally unaware. And here's my thing, man. I don't like to deal with overly emotional people, like people that can't control their emotions, because it's dangerous. It's dangerous. They talk any type of way, they act any type of way, and they expect you to sit on the front row of their roller coaster ride while they're sending you through the gauntlet of bullshit. And then expect you, oh, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you not sit in the front of this ride and take all of these turns and twists and this emotionally draining ass shit? Bruh, listen, protect your energy, protect your peace. Get your ass and go that way. Go that way, because I'll be the first one to tell you, bro, I don't need you in my life. If you're so emotional that you live in the moment and you're willing to burn bridges, you're willing to say, well, fuck you and fuck that and fuck this, bruh, cool, go that way. Go that way. If you're not smart enough to say, either let me sit down and do a face-to-face, let me call someone, let me be an adult. And that's what happens with a lot of these badass parents. They don't have conversations with their children. They don't have conversations with their significant others. They don't have conversations with their coworkers. They expect everyone to just know how they feel. They obviously think people are mind readers. People can't read your fucking mind. And I'm gonna be, and newsflash, they don't want to. They don't give a fuck about you enough to be like, well, I wonder what you're thinking. No! If you can't sit down and articulate how you're feeling, why you're feeling that way, and how you think the problem should be rectified, shut the fuck up and kill yourself. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. A lot of you guys are just talking out the side of your mouth and don't know what the fuck is coming out of it, but you just know emotionally it feels so good to vent, to tell everybody, oh, my problem, woe is me. A lot of people don't give a fuck about how you feel personally, to be honest with you. Because on a regular basis, guess what? You don't affect them. Let's just be real. A lot of times we have interactions, it may be once out the week. It may be once out a month, once out a year. But here's the thing, man. I noticed that a lot of this behavior, it starts at home with how your parents dealt with you, with what you saw as examples. If your mom talked to people crazy, 9 times out of 10, you're going to talk to people crazy. If your mom was very disrespectful to people, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to be disrespectful. If your dad was goddamn abusive, if your dad was this, that, or the other, 9 times out of 10, you're going to emulate what you grew, the environment that you grew up in. And what I'm telling you right now, some of you guys talk to your children like they bastards, like they stepchildren, like they just the scum of the earth. And I'm telling you right now, stop that fucking shit. Stop that fucking shit. That is mentally and emotional abuse. That is mental and emotional abuse. And for you guys to sit back and watch people, oh, look at how they talking to their kids. Bruh, you ain't got to talk to that goddamn kid like that. You ain't got to treat your son like you treat your ex-boyfriend or your husband or whatever dude you screwing at this particular time. Stop talking to people like you own them, like you somebody important. Let me tell you something, man. I hate a motherfucker who think that because they have a lot of materialistic shit that their attitude don't count. That shit is nerve-wracking. Like, I hate a motherfucker with a bad attitude that think they somebody. Don't nobody give a fuck about your materialistic shit, because at the end of the day, guess what? Your bad attitude gonna get you hurt. Your bad attitude gonna get you killed. Mark my words. It's gonna get somebody around you hurt, because people are going to say enough is enough. Everybody's not gonna sit back and say, I'm gonna let you say whatever you want to say to me. No. They're going to get away from you. They ain't going to want to do business with you. They ain't going to want to be involved with you personally or professionally. And you push that off on your kids and you think that shit is funny. Look at the little me, right? You want them to emulate who you are. And the fact of the matter is, who you are is not a good person. You're a negative person. You do negative shit. You say negative shit. I'm telling you, man, it starts at home. Stop talking to your children any type of way because you feel like, oh, I had them, I can do them any type of way. No, you shouldn't. Because when police do them any type of way, now you want to complain. But you didn't teach them how to have manners at home. You didn't teach them standards and value at home. I'm about to piss somebody off. You didn't do your fucking job. And your ego and your attitude pushed everybody away that probably could have helped your child be more balanced. But you didn't want them to be balanced. You wanted to live in your hatred, live in your ego, and push everybody away that would have actually probably helped your child be balanced. You wanted them to be like you. And now that they like you, guess what? They failing in school. Always getting into fights, always getting into arguments. Hell, they don't even listen to you. At some point in time, it's time to grow up. It's time to mature. It's time to think through the process. And the process right now is, look at what's happening with our motherfucking children. Look at what's going on in the world. And everybody keeps saying, well, that's the problem that's over there. That's the shit that's happening down there. No, that shit is happening everywhere. And guess what? No matter how you hide, no matter what type of car you drive, no matter where you live, no matter how many dicks you suck, no matter how many pussies you lick, guess what? At the end of the day, that motherfucker gonna be at your front doorstep. Watch. That shit's gonna be at your front doorstep. And all the negative attitudes and all the shit that you say thinking that, oh, well, woe is me, and oh, I'm so emotionally this, and oh my, dude, ain't nobody gonna wanna hear that shit. You better put your head on straight. You better get your mental aspect together, because I'm telling you right now, you can't party your life away. You can, but it's not smart. You can't ignore it away. You can, but it's not smart. You can't curse it away. You can, but it's not smart. A lot of people are just delusional with how they move in life. These children need to be nurtured. They need to be protected. They need to be groomed. And they can't be groomed with you talking to them like they a piece of shit, like they dogs or some shit. You cursing out your teenagers, you cursing out your toddlers, you cursing out your babies. It's like, shut the fuck up. I said shut the fuck up. Like, who you talking to? But the minute you get on the phone with your boss, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, you know when to turn that shit on and turn that shit off. And that's why I said I can't respect parents that do that. That's what I hate about motherfuckers. They know when to turn it on and turn it off. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, listen, if you are in a relationship with anybody who verbally and emotionally, mentally abuses you, that's just as relevant as someone who's beating your ass physically. Everybody harps on, physically abuse. Oh, yeah. No, mental abuse and emotional abuse. Listen, that shit is just as powerful and equally as dangerous. Let's stop the fuck shit. And a lot of these children are growing up in mentally and emotionally abusive homes. They are, because people are so emotionally over the top. I'm going to talk to you any type of way. I'm going to belittle you, degrade you. I'm going to act like, because I'm your mother or I'm your father, I can disrespect you. I don't have to treat you like a human. That shit is crazy. And anybody who believes that type of behavior is cool, fuck you. I said what the fuck I said, and I mean it. Raising these kids up in the most toxic environment ever, and you expect them to be productive citizens. You expect them, when they get stopped by law enforcement, to be cool, calm, and collective. No, because you ain't cool, calm, and collective. Every time something happens, you get irate. It be the littlest things. No, I'm going to curse somebody out. Sit your weak ass down. Sit your weak ass down. The only reason you cursing somebody out is because you can't talk to them. And as you can see, yeah, I'm very passionate about this, because my whole thought process is this. I wonder why people feel that it is empowering to talk to children negatively. It makes them look good. Well, I'm the adult. You're going to listen to me. You're going to do what I say. Well, listen, if you are a hoe, if you're a drug addict, if you're a criminal, you don't think they watching you? You don't think they watching dad and mom run people all up and up and down in the house? You don't think they watching that shit? You don't think they watching you not spend time with them, not teach them how to goddamn be mature? You don't think they watch you be overly emotional? You don't think they're watching you and learning from you? Creating another person like you that's going to be emotionally unavailable, emotionally unaware, emotionally over the top. I know I'm talking to somebody in the back. Move out the way. You, talking to you. Listen. Stop treating your kids like they ain't shit. Stop talking to your children like they ain't shit. And I'm going to be real with you guys. Every day that you wake up is another day for you to be an example. Is another day for you to change your ways. Is another day to say, instead of being emotionally over the top, let me calm my ass down. Because everybody ain't going to ride that ride with you. Everybody ain't gonna ride that ride with you. I'm gonna hit you with some facts and shut that shit down. And anybody that's with me, goddamn it, they gonna hit motherfuckers with facts. I'm not gonna be emotionally over the fucking top just so 3 weeks and 4 weeks and a year and 2 years later, oh well, I guess I ain't think about it like that. You know how stupid you sound? You know how dumb you sound? The facts been there. The facts been there. But since you so emotionally over the top, this is the direction we gonna head. Same thing with your kids. The facts is always there. You know what I'm saying? They doing bad in school. Okay, get them some help. Don't call them dumb and stupid now. Shit, you was out partying. When you should have been helping them do their homework. You should have at least checked on their homework. Don't say, oh, this room smells like shit and blah, 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 blah. Why you ain't been checking their room? All these pedophiles and goddamn sex traffickers out here, why you ain't checking their phone, Mom? Dad? Huh? Oh, this shit go deep. This shit go deep. I'm tired of seeing parents fuck over their kids. That go everywhere from talking to them any type of way, from the goddamn parent keeping the other parent away. Like, y'all on some bullshit. Y'all on some real bullshit. And it be these same people running around with this false facade. Oh, I'm going to act like I am so perfect and I am not doing no fuck shit when it come to my child. And be the main people doing fuck shit to their kids. Talking to them any type of way. Keeping the other parent away. Emotionally draining the kid. Some of these people, let me tell you something. There are some men and women out there that are waiting till their children get a certain age so that way they can start manipulating the child against the other parent. Just like you learn your colors, your ABCs, your address, your phone number. Let me tell you something. People implement because they're so toxic. I'm telling man, and for these parents, I don't wish them the best. I don't wish nothing special for them. I hope that they get all the karma that is coming to them. That is some real shit. Because I'm so tired of children being taken advantage of. And then when they get taken advantage of, everybody act like they didn't know what happened. You saw that fuck shit that was happening on social media, but you thought the shit was funny. You saw that fuck shit. You saw that fuck shit that was happening in the community, but you thought it was funny. Oh, it ain't my problem, it ain't my kid. And that same kid, now so emotionally over the top, right? Now they run up in the post office and shoot it up. Now they go into your kid's school and shoot it up. Now they with your son or your daughter and they stab them up because they don't know how to handle their emotions because their mom was over the top, their dad was over the top. Y'all don't see how this shit comes full circle? These kids ain't just getting messed up and growing up. No. Motherfuckers is training them and grooming them like that in toxic ass environments. It doesn't take long for a person to see that a child is in a toxic environment. It doesn't. If you have a mother and a father, right? The father is not in jail, the father is not dead. Same thing for the mother. The mother's not in jail, the mother's not dead. Okay? The mother or father is not strung out on drugs. Then there's no reason why both parents are not in that child's life. Fuck all the excuses that you hear. There's no reason that mother and father is not in that child's life. If they're not, it's one of two things. Either the other parent is deliberately keeping that child away from that parent because of their bad attitude and ego, or two, one of the parents has said, fuck that kid, I don't want to have nothing to do with him. But a lot of you guys know the truth, but you don't say anything, and you're a part of the motherfucking problem. You're a part of the motherfucking problem, and that's real shit. And then you wonder why these kids grow up with this motherfucking sense of somebody owed me something. They do. They do. They were old role models. They were old providers. They were old protectors. But you motherfucking sat back and failed the shit out of them. And now it's just like, well, I don't know why they in the prison system. I don't know why they strung out on drugs. I don't know why they fucking alcoholics. I don't know why they're so sexually motherfucking overly aggressive, emotionally unavailable. I don't know what happened. And the shit is happening right before your eyes. Come on now. Come on now. You know the dad that's bringing several women into the home. You know that dad. You know the mom that's out partying all week, and you be like, don't you got kids at home? Who cooking for your kids? You know this. You see it right before you. You know the mom is smacking the kids in the face, smacking them upside their head, cursing them the fuck out. You know that mom, right? You know the dad that's, let me punch you in your chest. You know that dad. You've seen that fucking dad. Why are we pretending, acting like, oh, this shit don't exist? And don't give me that bullshit. Oh, that only happens in the black community. No, that happens generally across the board. Every time you see a black person talk, well, this must just be black. This is black business. This is black business. This is people business, motherfucker. This is citizen business, right? That shit with George Floyd, goddamn it, you think I'm gonna stand there and let this motherfucking man get choked the fuck out? Fuck nah. Fuck nah. And I hate to say it, then it'd be two dead motherfuckers there, cause we got them and we going in. We going in. We going in. That's the problem. Everybody wanna stand back and watch some shit. Nobody wanna do nothing about this shit. Fucking kids growing up with these goddamn complexes because the motherfucking parents can't get right. Emotional ass fucking parents. Oh, something happened to me. Pull me. Oh my God, I'm a victim. You ain't no fucking victim. You no fucking victim. A lot of times when you lay out the motherfucking facts, you will notice that a lot of people that scream, I'm a victim of something, somebody did me wrong, 9 times out of 10, they cause that shit. They cause that shit. They are the culprit. They are the main agitators of that fucking cause and effect. That's why I said, man, I'm not letting people pull on my fucking heartstrings. You could be emotional all you motherfucking want. But my whole thing about it is you better get some help for that shit. You better sit down with somebody and get some motherfucking help. Because everybody's not going to tolerate that shit. Don't, I was so emotional. I text you this, or I posted this, or I said this to a friend of mine. That's on you. That's on you. But hey, there's consequences for that. It's a cause and effect. Oh, I was so emotional, I smacked my kid in the face. I was so emotional, I cursed my kid out. I was so emotional, I did this. I broke the glass. I slammed the door. I was so emotional. And when your kids start acting like you, they start emulating you, don't get mad. Don't get mad. But know that you failed. The problem is that when you are emotionally over the top, right, you don't think through processes, which is the reason why you have police able to do what they do. Because it's like, instead of you saying, let me strategically set up my camera, let me strategically move with a purpose in regards to saying, okay, what are the commands that these people are giving me? You know what I'm saying? Don't let me start, moving all sporadic. Don't let me start cursing and waving my hands and rolling my eyes. Bro, you gotta learn how to control yourself. You gotta take a deep breath and say, okay, let me think through the process. You're not teaching your kids to think through the process. Everything is over the top. Everything is, let me tell somebody something. Bro, let me tell you something. That is the biggest sign of weakness. Somebody who is loud. Who is loud. Because while you're loud, the other person is thinking. While you're over the top, the other person is focusing. Focus on what the situation is. Focus on the exit strategy. Focus on the conversation. Focus on the facts. Because while you're doing all of this crazy stuff, having these crazy maneuvers, thinking you scaring somebody, or you telling somebody off, or you venting and you putting them in their place, you checking them, you reading them their rights. At the end of the day, what do you accomplish? A couple laughs and a couple giggles, but at the end of the day, you've embarrassed yourself. You've shown that you are not emotionally intact with your feelings. You've shown that you don't care enough about yourself and have enough self-respect to say, bro, I control myself. I don't have to be crazy and irate to have a conversation. I don't have to, every other word has to be a curse word. I don't have to talk to my children as if I don't love them, like I don't respect them. And that's the problem. You don't have respect for yourself. So you damn sure don't have respect for your kids. Because you talk to them online, on social media. You talk to them in front of your friends, talk to them in front of your family members, you talk to them in front of their friends as if they're not important, as if they don't have any type of leverage in reference to, well, I'm going to treat you like a human being. I'm going to treat you like a person. I'm going to treat you like somebody I love. The fact of the matter is people are so under this impression of, well, if I love you, I can also disrespect you in the same breath. I can be emotionally over the top, and because you love me back, you're going to let it fly. That is a high level of delusion. That is a high level of delusion. Before you get to a point where you say, I am emotionally over the top, I'm emotionally unaware, I am emotionally unavailable, I want you to think about this. Before your buttons start getting pushed for you to be emotional, I want you to think about this, parents. People who are in relationships, people prefer both professional and personal. I want you to think, before your buttons got pressed, what did you do? What did you do? Because sometimes people are reacting to what you did. And because they're not getting as emotional as you, they're not over the top or unaware as you, doesn't mean that your being a victim is more important than them being a victim of something. It just means that you're a little bit more vocal. You're a little bit more expressive. But everybody doesn't have to do that in order to drive home a point. Because sometimes you can kill a person with silence. Sometimes you can kill a person with kindness. You can kill a person with love. Sometimes you can kill them also with respect.